Good evening, guys. Good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Can you guys see me? All right, all right. Good evening. Good evening. Can you guys? All right, all right. All right. So our guest speaker will join us soon. Our guest speaker will join us soon. Okay, great, great. All right. So our guest speaker will join us soon. Our guest speaker will join us soon. Please let's talk on the group chat. Let's message some people. Please, YouTube is not taking any much of our data. Please, let's join. Can you guys hear me? Let me say it again. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please just kindly subscribe. Our guest speaker is joining us in few seconds or minutes. Yeah, just 5 people or more. Please let's try and message each other. It will not be fair. Just 3 people now. Two other people have left. Please let's. I'm sorry. Let's just stay. Our guest speaker will be joining us now. Let's message each other. We can message. I'm trying to message. Please. I want us to have at least 10 people so that we can call him. Okay. Hello. Please let's message each other. Yeah, 9 people. Okay, that's cool. Let's do 10 at least. At least. Okay. 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 Let's message each other. I'm glad at least 10 people are here. Out of 47 people or more, we are not trying, but we'll still go ahead anyways. We'll still go ahead. All right, 12 people. Let's message each other. I'm messaging. I'm messaging. Please let's try. I'm about to now. Please message each other. Let's message. Let's everybody message two people. Two people at least. Two people each. Um, let's try and message each other. Hello, can you guys hear me? Can you see me? If you can see me, our guest has already joined. Oh, please, our guest has already joined. I'll be. It's just remain for me to add in. Please, let's message each other. Hello, guys. Okay, I want to add the guest, but we just have the number here is not encouraging. Please, um, the guest is already here. Please, let's join. Message someone. Five. Okay, I'll just allow him now. All right.
All
Give
right.
it. Good evening.
Evening to you.
Good evening. Yeah, yeah. We are glad to have you here, Mr. Ayo. Good
Thank you
evening.
very much for having me.
All
Thank you very
right. All right. So today, just as we said in this session, we want us to share with us how you have been able to build a business selling online. Today, most of people having businesses online have issues
Okay.
selling. That's the major issue of every business. How do we get customers? We are selling, we are not getting customers. People are not patronizing us. You see some people screaming on WhatsApp, come and patronize me so that I can eat. Come and help my market. I've not eaten for 2 days. Help me buy market and all of that. But you have been able to build this business for 5 years now. And I saw one of your tweets. I remember when I met you last year at 𝐒𝐞𝐤𝐢𝐵 seminar.
Okay.
So I saw one of your tweets last year about you being able to do over 30 million naira in revenue with your clothing brand, and that's crazy. That's immense. Most people doing businesses selling clothes barely think they can even achieve that. Barely think
Mm,
they can even 100K. Some people don't make monthly, but in a year
sure.
for a clothing brand, most people don't think it's possible. So I want you to share your knowledge with us, how you have been able to do it. Maybe there are some sales and marketing strategies you use, branding, and all of
Okay.
that you can share with us that can help other people that are also into selling of physical products that can help them blow up their business so that they can also take their business to the next level. So thank you once again for joining us, and you can go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, welcome. All right. Thank you very much for having me. Can you guys hear me properly? Can you guys hear me well? Let us know in the comment section
Comment
below
section.
before we
Yeah, if you
begin.
can
Can
hear,
you
yeah,
guys
if
hear
you
me?
can hear,
Can you guys hear me? Shoot us a comment in the comment section below before we proceed.
if you can hear, let me see in the comment section. Just type yes.
Mm. Okay,
All
okay.
right,
I can see
yes.
some people commenting already. So, first and foremost, thank you very much for having me here. My name is Ayo Akinpelu, and I am actually the CEO of Soft Collections. I don't know if some of you might have heard of Soft Collections before, but Soft Collections is a brand that deals with men wears. To be precise, we sell mostly thrift kind of wears, which everyone knows popularly as the akube or okrika or something like that. And I have been into the game since the year 2017.
17.
Began the old brand in August
All right.
2017, and I've been in the game for about 5 years plus now. Been in the game for about 5 years plus. Last year alone, we were able to do over 30 million naira in revenue by selling ordinary old cricket shirts online. So I will be sharing with you guys one or two marketing strategies that I feel can actually help a lot of business owners out there, irrespective of what you sell, to be precise, irrespective of what you sell. It could be physical product, it could be digital product sef, irrespective of what you sell. As long as you are selling to humans, most of these marketing strategies um are applies to almost everything.
Everything.
So the first thing that I would like a lot of people to take note of is the mindset first. The first thing I would like a lot of people to take note of is actually the mindset. Before you say you want to begin to make millions here and there and selling in millions and selling millions of products in folds, the first thing you first need to accept at the back of your mind is that you need to first conceive it at the back of your mind, because it is whatever your mind can conceive, that is what you would be able to bring to a reality, right? So the first thing that I want a lot of people here to actually work on is their mindset. Like, the mindset is very, very, very important.
Important.
If you don't see yourself making probably ₦1 million save a month, it would be very, very, very hard for you to be able to make such. Talk less of you making 5, talk less of you making ₦10 million a month. So the first thing that I want a lot of people to take note of is actually the mindset. Number two is that there's this popular saying which says that business is actually a game of numbers, and um
Mhm.
everyone wants to make millions, everyone wants to make millions. I want to make a lot of money, but if you should sit down with these people one on one and you try to ask them that, okay, you said that you want to make millions in sales monthly, yeah and yeah, but what are the plans and what are the strategies that you have in place to make such amounts? They'll be looking at you. They don't have any plan or any strategy in place. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that business is actually a game of numbers. If let us make use of ₦1 million for example, I'll be making use of ₦1 million here mostly because of the name of the community, the first million
Yeah.
community. So let
Yes.
us um, let us take that you want to make ₦1 million in a month for example. You can either sell a product that is cost ₦1 million to one single person. If you want to make ₦1 million, probably you sell a very high ticket product to them, probably real estate or probably just a high ticket product, and you make your commission off it, and probably you make up to ₦1 million above. Or you can decide to sell product worth ₦100,000 to 10 different people, running running it up into 10 million, running it up into ₦1 million at the end of the month. Or you can decide to sell a product that probably has a profit margin of ₦10,000 each to across 100 people in a month, which will still make you to make at least ₦1 million a month. So it is not just about you saying you want to make so amounts from your business, but it is by you having actionable and realistic plans
Plants.
on ground on how you want to achieve such. It's by you having actionable and realistic plans on ground on how you want to actually make such amount of money. So
Money.
and one thing that I want you all to also take note of again is that it is actually much more easier to sell physical products online than selling most digital products. Why? Because if you want to sell a physical product now, all you need to just do is just for you to set up probably your FB page, or you set up an IG page, and you have probably one or two Facebook ads accounts, and you shoot your ads to it, and customers would be the ones sliding into probably your WhatsApp or your IG messenger or whatever, and asking that, okay, can I buy? How can I buy? Can you send to me at this place? Can you send to me at this place? Unlike maybe you are trying to sell digital product, it might actually be a little bit hard for someone who is actually new in the game to sell digital products
No
and make
problem.
a lot of money from it. Why? Because if you want to sell digital products massively and you want to make a lot of money of it, your name needs to be known to some extent. People need to know you to some extent for you to be able to make a lot of money from it. And for sure, it definitely takes a while for someone to be able to make a name for him or herself. But unlike probably when you are selling physical product, it could be wristwatches, it could be shoes imported from maybe anywhere, or probably you even sourcing them locally here. It is something I can easily open an IG page or a Facebook page, and you connect your ads account to it and you run your ads, and people would be the one even sliding into your DM to come and make inquiries about what you are selling. So it is much more easier to even sell physical product than digital product. I would share an example with you guys. I know of a guy that lives very close to my house. I know of a guy that lives very close to my house. He used to help me to sort one or two issues out. Probably whenever I want to fix something up, I can always pick my phone and hey, come and help me to sort this thing out. I was I was having a conversation with him one day, and he was like he's really fed up, this and this, that and that. Is fed up that sometimes he might go and work for someone, because I think he's into all these kind of manual works, like all these electrical works and the likes. And he said that sometimes he might go to someone's house, or he might go to a site to work, and he would work from morning to night, climbing ladder, climbing pole, blah blah blah, at the and at the end of the day, it might not even make more than 500 naira, or probably make maybe like 1 2, and he was working so hard. So I was like, okay, let me introduce this guy to this online something of art, and I gave him some options of what he can actually begin with. I said he could begin with probably affiliate marketing, he could begin with copywriting, learn how to design website, or he could begin with probably selling of physical products online. So he decided to begin with affiliate marketing, and you know that a larger percentage of the affiliate platforms that we have in Nigeria, they sell more digital
No product.
products. So he signed up on, I think, 𝐒𝐻𝐻partner or so, and for like 2 to 3 months he was posting on his WhatsApp status, trying to run ads, trying to say, and no one was even buying, and no one was even paying attention to him at all. So I think after like 2 months, he came back to me and he was like, it is very, very, very hard to sell this 72 IG something something. You know the whole expanded something of it. And I was like, why? And he said that he thinks that probably because of many people don't actually know him much yet, and he keeps posting up and down. No one is even looking at his site, talk less of buying. So I was like, okay, will you try to will you love to try the physical product niche? And he was like, okay, he would like to try. So we made one or two research about a particular product that he can sell, and we sought for it locally here. All he did was for him to just open an IG page and also open a FB page for that particular product, and he connected his WhatsApp, I think, to it, and we began running ads on it. And in 2 months, I think he was able to make sales of almost 250 to 300,000 naira within 2 months, from someone who used to work in sites and he would work from morning to night, earning probably just 500 or 1K at the end of the day, to coming into the physical product niche, and in within 2 months or so, he has made about 300,000 naira worth of sale. And he sent me a message few weeks back, and he was like, the most funny thing about the whole something was that customers are the one coming to him themselves, rather than maybe him having to run after customers and trying to convince someone to buy. He said that customers are the one even sliding into his WhatsApp messenger and asking him that, how can I get this, how can you ship this particular stuff to me, and people were paying him. So that is actually part of the beauty of you selling physical products online. So my next point is that one thing that I think used to affect a lot of um brand owners again out there is the fact that most of them see running of adverts as an expense, and most of them are not seeing it as an investment on their brand. Because let me tell you something, people only buy from the brands of people that they know. Do you guys accept with me? Let me know in the comment section below. People only buy from those people or brands that they know very well. If you are not running ads to whatever you are doing, if you are not running ads to probably your business or whatever you are selling, it is just like a guy that is trying to wink at a very fine girl when everywhere is very dark. He's trying to wink at a fine girl in the darkness. The guy can see the beautiful girl, right? But the beautiful girl cannot see him. Why? Because of everywhere is very dark. So if you are not running ads, if you are not pushing yourself out there, if you are not pushing your brand out there, if you are not pushing your product out there to the faces of your target audience, your situation is just similar to the guy that is winking to the lady when everywhere is dark. Because you, as the brand owner, or you who wants to sell those particular products, can see your customers. You know that, okay, these are the sets of people that are to buy from, but your customers can't see you at all. Why? Because of you are not running ads, because of you are not pushing yourself to the front of your audience out there. So I want you guys to have this mindset that running of ads, it is not an expense as long as you set it up very well. Running of ads is not an expense, but running of ads is actually an investment on your brand, because the more you run ads, the more you run ads, the more people will see you, and the more people will be sliding into your WhatsApp or your landing page or whatever that you are using to receive your orders. I would like to know if you guys can still hear me, so that I will not just be talking to myself. Oh. Can you guys hear me? Let us communicate. Jubri, can you hear me at your hand?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you clearly.
Okay, good. I think everyone too can hear me. Okay, so as I was saying, if you are not running ads, you will just be shooting yourself in the leg. And even running of FB ads now is no longer hard or no longer complicated as it used to be as at the year 2016, 2017, 2018 back then, whereby you need to have a laptop and go to Facebook Messenger or the business manager you are trying to set up as this one, this one. Now you can easily run ads safe on your phone. You can easily run ads on your IG by you making use of the promotional button on your IG, and you can set up your audience, the age and everything, and run ads. Last year, my brand did way over 30 million naira or in sales, and never for once did we make use of a laptop safe to even set up our ads. The ads, everything that we have been running from the year 2019, 2020, 2021, last year, down the line, never for once have I sat down to say I want to set up one thing on the system. We have been making use of the IG promotional button, whereby you can set up your ads, making use of probably 2,500 per day, making use of 2,500 or 3,000 naira per day, and IG would be showing your product to a lot of people out there. And then when you now begin to make a lot of sales here and there, you can now begin to increase the budget of your ads. Like for me now at Soft, at our brand, we use at least 50K in running ads per day. We use about 50,000 naira in running our ads per day. Messages left and
Day
right. Our Yes,
per
yes,
day. Wow, that's
yes,
crazy.
yes.
50,000
We
naira.
more than safe on some days safe. We used to use more than 50K safe on some days, depend. But the least we make use of at Soft is 50K per day on running as messages coming left and right to
Wow.
our IG, all our WhatsApp channels. We are taking as much orders that we
Wow.
can possibly. And so I am not saying that you should begin to make use of 50,000 naira per day to run your ads out there, because of I know that okay, you are a beginner and you might not have lot of money to pump in for you to make more back. But with 2,500 per day, 3,000 naira per day on ads, or at most 5K, you would have lot of customers reaching out to you. And then this takes me to the next point, which is that it is one thing for you to be running a business. It is one thing for you to be building a business. It is another thing for you to build a brand. And building a business is nice. You make money to some extent, but when you are just building probably a random but when you are just building probably a random business out there, most of the sales you'll be making will just be something like a one-time sale. The person sends you a message and the person buys, and you don't hear from the customer again. So the best thing is for you to build a brand around your business. The best thing is for you to build a brand around your business and try to make a name for and try to make a name for yourself in the marketplace there, in your niche, among your competitors, blah blah blah. So the best thing is for you to build a brand around your business. And one of the major advantage of you building a brand around your business is that on the long run, when your brand becomes so known, on the long run, when your brand becomes so known, you would not be making use of a lot of money on ads again, because you would now have a very large customer base, customers who fuck along with you, customers who have bought from you before, customers who fuck along with your brand, customers who like your brand very well. So you can always sell anything that you want to sell to them, as long as it is something that most of them are definitely going to be interested in. So in as much as you want to make much, rather than you just putting your mindset or setting your mindset that you just want to build a random business out there, always try to think of the long term in everything that you are doing. Always try to consider the long term, because if you should condition your mind to always think of the long term in everything that you are actually doing, it is definitely going to make you to make more on the long run. It is definitely going to make you make more on the long run. Okay, I would use my brand Soft as an example, although I'm not supposed to say this, but let me say it because I don't know, maybe I have some of my competitors here trying to hear one or two things. So um since the past 4 years, my brand has been focusing on selling more of shirts, such shirts that I'm wearing, this kind of shirts that I'm wearing. We have been focusing on selling only shirts. And but since the past 4 years, I've been focusing on building a brand. I've been focusing on building a brand, making a name for myself. Soft. When you hear Soft, you know that okay, this is what this brand is. This is what this brand is actually into. So since the past 4 years, I've been focusing on building a brand, and we have been focusing on only shirts only since the past 4 years. So um last month, in the month of August, we decided to add a new product line to what we are actually selling. We decided to add a complementary product line. So we sat down, myself and my team and I, we sat down. We were like, okay, what can we add to what we are selling so that Soft would not just major on shirts alone. And so we decided to send a message to our customer base, because we have a customer base for all our customers, thousands of customers that have bought from Soft. We collect their WhatsApp, their mails, their ID. So we sent a message, we put it on everywhere on our social media, and do that. Okay, we want to add a complementary product to our share. What should we add? Should we add jeans? Should we add chinos? Should we add shorts? Should we add round necks? And everyone, and a larger percentage of those who casted their vote said that we should add jeans and chinos. Everyone was shouting jeans and chinos. So we made our research and we found a supplier to supply us jeans and chinos. And I think in the third week of August, we launched a new product line for Soft. We added the jeans and chinos to it. And from the third week of August till now that I am talking to you guys, I would say that at least from the sales of the jeans alone, without we running any ads, or without we running any ads on the jeans, we have been focusing on selling it to our customer base that we have on ground. We have been focusing on selling to the customer base that we have been able to um, build over the past few years. From third week of August till now that I'm talking to you, we have made close to 1.5 million naira selling jeans to them alone, at no expense of we wasting extra money on running ads.
Wow,
So,
wow, wow.
but if we had not been focusing on building a brand, if we had not been focusing on building a brand and making a name for ourselves, if we had just been building a random business whereby we want customers to just send us a message, and after one time we never hear from them again, there would have been no way for us to reach out to our customer base and tell them that, okay, we would like to add this, should we add it? And there will have been no way for us to make an extra, and there will have been no way for us to make an extra roughly 1.5 million in less than 1 month without we running of ads at all. So this is why I'm saying that you should always focus on the long term, on what you are doing. Try to build a brand around what you are doing, because the rewards is always so much on the long run. And then this takes me to my next point, something that I see a lot of small business owners out there do against that. Most of them like to treat their customers like a one night stand customers. You know what I mean by one night stand? Probably when you go to somewhere like Allen or ICM in 𝐒𝐞𝐥𝐢𝐳 in Lagos to pick a nice babe beside the road and you have fun with her. Only once. You never get to meet that lady again, right? So this is how most small business owners out there like to treat most of their customers. So if you actually want to begin to make a lot of money, you want your brand to begin to make a lot of money, you should focus on having a very good customer service. You should be you should be able to provide your customers with an excellent customer service, because whether you like it or not, your brand or your business is nothing without your customers, because it is this same set of customers that are going to patronize you, and it is this same set of customers that are definitely going to buy from you and uh, 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 and uh, and make your brand to be able to generate a lot of revenue every month running into every year. So you should take your customer service very, very important, and don't treat your customers like a one night stand. Why? Because if you are treating your customers very well and you have a customer base for anyone that is buying from you, anyone who is buying for you, you have their mail, you have their WhatsApp, you have their IG, and anything that you need to have from them. Whenever you want to sell something else to them, it is much more easier to sell to an existing customer rather than you selling to a first time customer, or rather than you selling to a new customer. So when you have a very good customer service, and if you have a way of capturing your customers database also, it would be able to make you make more on the longer run or on the long term. Why? Because these customers know you, they know your brand already, they fuck along with you, they know like and trust factor has been established on such customers. So you can sit down and launch a complimentary product for such kind of customers, and you will make more at no expense of running an extra ad. So um one thing I need you guys to also take note of again is that the internet never sleeps, and you should be able to leverage it to the fullest. The internet never sleeps, and you should be able to leverage the internet to the fullest, which means that you should be able to set up systems on your business that can make it run without you. Because if you should keep selling your time for money, if you keep selling your time for money, there's a limit to the kind of money that you'll be able to make. So you should be able to leverage the internet very well by you setting up systems. Your advert should be going on 247. Probably you need to have a landing page or probably a website, or if you are making use of WhatsApp, probably you need to have a customer rep agent or one or more customer rep agents to always help you attend to customers. And then your ads should be running 247, because you as a human, you are limited to just 24 hours in a day, and you need to rest for probably 8 to 10 hours from the 24 hours. But the web, the internet never sleeps at all. So you should be able to leverage that to the fullest. Let me use my brand as an example. Last week I went on a mini vacation. Last week, I think from last week Thursday to about last week Sunday, and I didn't even have the feeling that I went for vacation and that I am not in the office with my team members. Everything was going very smooth and very fine. Why? Because of I have been able to set up a system whereby the business can run with or without me. I was absent from our office for about 5 to 6 days last week, and we made roughly over 1.6 million naira within the 5 days in sales, despite the fact that I wasn't there with them in the office. So what I am trying to say in essence that if you want to make as much as you can possibly handle, you should try to find a way to separate your time or yourself from your business. You should try to set up systems that will make the business to actually run without you, and you can leverage the internet very well for that. If you should set up a very good system, probably you have a landing page or a website, something, and your ads is actually running. Someone might be checking through IG or FB feeds in the midnight when you are sleeping on your bed, and the person sees your ad pop up, and the person might decide to place an order, and you wake up to meet the order. You have made money already. So this takes me to my next point. This is a lot of mistakes that I see a lot of small business owners out there do, which is that a lot of small business owners out there, they don't like to focus on one single thing. They like to jump from one thing to the other. They want this, they want to sell that. Only you are into affiliate, you are into job shipping, e-commerce, everything, building of website, writing of copy for people. So I think a lot of small business owners too out there need to also focus very well on one particular line, irrespective of what you are selling. Maybe you are selling physical product, or you are into providing services for people, or digital product. Anything you are selling, just try to pick one that is working for you, and just try to put your all into it over a period of time, and you would be able to make a lot more from it. And then something I think you guys need to also take note of again is that um there is actually this popular saying out there that sales is the lifeblood of your business, which is fine. But now, in this our modern age now, I wouldn't say that sales is the lifeblood of your business any longer. I would say that content is now the new lifeblood of your business, because if your brand can be able to put out a lot of content out there for your audience, you are feeding them with the benefits of them buying for you, with the advantages of them buying from you. You are feeding them with diverse amounts of content. It is this content that will convert most of them into sales and convert most of them into customers on the long run. So you all need to also learn about what we call content marketing. It could be on Facebook, on IG, or TikTok, or any platform that you are building your brand. You need to continually put a lot of content out there for your audience. Then another thing I think you guys also need to focus on again is that if you want to build a very good brand out there, you need to actually your brand needs to actually have a back story attached to your brand. Your brand needs to have a back story attached to your brand. Let me use Apple as an example. Everyone wants to buy from Apple. Why? Because everyone feels that when you are making use of iPhone, you are a very big boy, you are a rich person, something. So Apple has been able to infuse this kind of feelings and emotions into us, that if you should make use of iPhone, it will make you to feel like a wealthy person, something. So while you are trying to build your brand, it is not just about you pasting your product pictures all around and just shouting that people should come and buy, people should come and buy, people should come and buy. But you need to be able to attach a very good back story that a lot of people can resonate with, because humans buy through their feelings and humans buy through their emotions most time. So I wouldn't like to waste much of you guys' time, as there's actually more and more and more. If I should keep sharing everything with you guys, we would not live here on time. So I think I've used 1 hour so far now. So I think I'll need to wrap it up wrap it up at that point. Over to you, Mr. Jibril.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Ogasoft. I really enjoyed it a lot. I'm also learning. I'm also learning. When you see greatness, you have to learn from greatness too.
Sure,
So,
sure.
apart from they having their own questions, I'll also be asking questions, because there are some
Okay.
questions I think normally, as someone starting business, there are some questions you have to ask. Some people
Sure.
don't know these things.
Okay.
Some people here might not have businesses already. So, like, as someone, I know there are some questions you have to know. There are things you have to know before starting. So, before they start typing their own questions, I'll
Okay.
also be asking you some few questions before
All right. No.
they go ahead. So, please, guys, if you have questions, you can start dropping them in the comment section, and I'll also be dropping my questions. So, the first thing is that you said your brand should have a backstory at the end of it. Your brand should have a backstory. For people starting, like, or looking at your brand, okay, what would you say is the backstory, and how can they also, like, maybe have a backstory, like cite an example with your own brand so that they can relate with it.
Okay. I would make use of soft my brand as an example now. So, um, firstly, I would first say that the first back story of my brand is actually the way we is actually the way I began the brand in the year 2017
17. Yeah.
with borrowing just 5,000 naira from my mom to begin the brand in the year 2017. I went to meet my mom that she should borrow me 5,000 naira. I want to begin this business, and I took the 5,000 naira into Katangwa market in Lagos. Here, I don't know how many people know the Katangwa market
I
in
know Katanga very well. I
Lagos.
stay at
So,
Yanopaja. I
oh
used to
wow,
go
wow.
there.
Wow. So, and I took the 5K into Katanga market to buy 4 shirts. I packaged the shirts. I sold the shirts. Struggled over a period of some months before I learned about online marketing, and before everything began to change from that point on. So, right from time, I have always shared this backstory on our
Story.
page with a lot of folks as much as
Yeah.
possible that I can share it. And I don't know, it just finds a way of resonating with a lot, and it just finds a way of resonating with a lot of folks out there that wow, he began his brand with 5K, something, and now it's now looking like something so big, and it naturally make a larger percentage of them to begin to fuck along with our brand because of my personality that I have been able to attach to
To the
the
brand.
back end of
Yes.
the brand. So, um, one thing I think most of small business owners also need to take note of is that in this modern age that we are, whereby anyone can easily pick up the phone and begin a business,
Business.
maybe, and anyone can begin a business. Maybe the business is making sense or not, you can open an IG page and open a business account, and you can begin running your business. One way that you can use to stand out from your competitors is by you adding your personality to the
Your
brand,
brand.
because we have a lot of folks out there that are selling the same thing that you are selling. So
Selling.
you want to make sure that your brand has what we call a USP, a unique selling point,
Selling point.
which can also be said that it is also part of the back
Backstory.
story of the brand. So you need to have a unique selling point that would be able to distinguish you
From
from
others.
your competitors out there. And one one of the fastest ways that you can have a unique selling point as probably someone who is just setting out to begin his or her own brand out there is by you trying to add your own personality to the back end of the brand, and you not being afraid to share what you have passed
That's
through,
true.
sharing, yes, sharing your brand journey with every of your customers on your audience on your page, sharing your brand's journey with them, and you not being afraid to be at the faces of on the faces of everyone every time, like putting yourself here, putting yourself there at the same time, letting everyone out there to know that okay, this is what is happening, this is what is happening. And one thing I feel can also help a lot of beginners again for them to have a very good unique selling point, and for them to also have a good back story that will make a lot of their audience to walk along with them, is actually for them to document the brand journey publicly. As you are going from one level to one level, okay, we want to work on this, okay, we are set to open our physical office now, we are set to do this, okay, we are taking our brand to the next level. Always document your journey with your audience, so it would actually make them to feel like a major part of what you are doing. And naturally and automatically it would make them to be so it will make them to be so attached to you and your brand, and it is definitely going to make them to walk along. Number two, another way by which someone can have a very good, or can come up with a very good back story for their brand, is for you to sit down as the brand owner and ask yourself that, why am I selling this particular thing? Because it is when you know your why very well, why you are selling what you are selling to your audience. It is when you know your why very well, that is when you would be able to communicate it very well to your audience out there. Let me make it of soft as an example. Now, one of the major reasons why we sell thrift shirts or we sell thrift clothing as soft is because of, I sat down one day, I said that, okay, number one, if you should go to Katangwa market, or you should buy a thrift shirt or any kind of thrift clothing, it is usually much more quality in terms of the texture of the material. Also, why? Because of these wears are being shipped directly from UK here. So number two, again, I sat down and I told myself that, okay, we have a lot of average folks in Nigeria, people earning maybe 30,000 naira at the end of the month, people earning 50K at the end of the month. So it is not really possible for someone that is just making probably just 30 or 50K at the end of the month, for the person to just enter a boutique beside the road to make use of maybe 15,000 naira to buy one single shirt. It will be very, very, very hard for such person. That was why I said that, okay, for soft, we would major on selling the second hand kind of clothes. Why? Because you would be able to get good clothing at an affordable rate. You would be able to get good and quality clothes at an affordable rate, whereby with soft you can buy 3 shirts at the rate of 10,500, buy 5 shirts at 17K, buy 10 shirts at 33,000 naira, and everything will be very nice and everything will be very clean. No need for you to stress yourself by going into the Katangwa market that is very rough, whereby you might go to the market and someone might thief your phone or your purse or some, because of everything is very rough sometimes. So soft is here to serve as the leverage between the average Nigerians and them getting quality but affordable types of clothing. So we have been able to package the wares for them. We package everything neatly, and we would even ship it to you wherever you are. So we are selling quality and affordable to everyone out there. But I was able to come up with this my analysis when I sat down and asked myself that, why am I selling what I'm selling? You want to sell wristwatch, you want to sell shoe, you want to sell anything. You need to first sit down and ask yourself that, why am I selling this thing? Or why do I want to be selling this thing that I want to sell? And find a way to add a unique selling point to what you are doing so that you can be differentiated from your competitors out there. So those are the two ways by which you can come up with a very good backstory, by you adding your personality, sharing your brand's process and journey with the general public, you not being afraid to be at the faces of on the faces of everyone, and you asking yourself the big question, the why.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You are
You said
welcome.
something, your story, the back end story is
Yeah.
something I do with one of my businesses. I have one of my business, I run an educational tutorials for students. So I normally share with them my story of how I wrote WAEC 5 times and JAM 3 times before gaining admission.
Yeah,
And most people are able to buy into that story and they
because
are able
of
to
they have
attach
passed
themselves
through
to the
something like
brand.
that before.
Exactly, because of the story. So I think it's something very good all of us should learn. We should have a story, and once again, he said we should have a unique selling point that will make us stand out. So there are some questions I want to read them. Someone said, please, can you talk more on delivery of the products? Since we are selling physical products, how do one do that aspect right? Since you're having a whole lot of customers, a whole lot of messages, or delivery in general, how do you do it? How do you do it? That's what the person is asking. Chinedu Emmanuel. You have lost him. Let me message him to check whether he's still online. Let's stay online, guys. Let me quickly call him. Know whether everything's alright. Okay, Chiagozie knows the story. She said, anytime don't tell the story. Yes, it's time disconnected. Let me call him. Normal call. So guys, let's drop our questions as we wait for him. Let's drop our questions as we wait for him. Please, can you help me call this number? All right, welcome. Well, I was trying to call you. I was trying to call you. I was trying to call you. So guys, he said we should have a back end story. We should have a back end story, which is very important. We are not the only people selling whatever we are selling. We are not the only people, so we should have a story. Chiagozi said she knows about my story because I've said it several times. It makes people feel attached. People know where I'm coming from, and it makes them easy to buy from me. It makes them easy to buy from me. And okay, when I was talking about FMC, I used to talk about okay how I struggled, how I was just a year one student trying to do things to make money, going here and there, trying to sell things, the little things I had, so as to make ends meet. So there should be a story. There should be a story at the back of your brand. And also, it talked about something. What's your unique point? Unique selling point. Unique selling point. It talked about your unique selling point. Unique selling point. He said, okay, why are you selling whatever you are selling? For example, he's selling shirts. And the reason why he's selling shirts, he said, okay, normally
How are they?
the average Nigerian, how can they buy? How can the average Nigerian buy? So he looked at going to Katangwa, getting some clothes, package it very well, and sell it to people. So his unique selling point is quality and it's very affordable. It is quality and it's very affordable. Can you guys hear me, please? Let me know in the comment section. So he said it's quality and it's very affordable. It's quality and it's very affordable. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me, please, in the comment section. Can anyone hear me? All right. All right. So you should have a unique selling point. Apart from having a unique selling point, you should have a back end story. Back end story. So he talked about something which is very important. The reason why most of you might not have people buy from you is that many people don't know about you. So he talked about running ads every day. He talked about running ads every day, which is very important. He talked about running ads every day. And I told you in our first class, the level at which you are going to make money depends on how well you can sell. Now, many people are seeing what he has to offer. Every day, he's running an ad of 50,000 naira. 50,000 naira every day for an advert. Every day, 50,000 naira for an advert. The highest I've ever run is 12,000 naira for an advert. So you can see why he's making more money, because more people are seeing what he has to offer. More people are seeing what he has to offer. A whole lot of people are seeing what he has to offer. So the reason why you might not also be making money is because many people are not seeing what you have to offer. Many people are not seeing what you have to offer. That's the reason. Many people. So you have to like work and get you can sell on WhatsApp first before getting enough funds and start running ads, which is very important. Some of you make profit from your business, maybe 5K, 10K, 15K. You sharply go and buy new clothes, you go and buy makeup. The girls will go and buy hair, they'll be doing fine girl. So you have to invest back in your business. He said running advertisements or running ads isn't an expense. It isn't an expense, but an investment. So if you are putting more money into advertisements, many people will be seeing what you have to offer. And if they are seeing what you have to offer, they will eventually buy from you. They will eventually buy from you. And again, he said something which is very important. He said content is king. Content is king. Most people don't post content. You are selling clothes, or you are selling perfumes, or you are selling whatever you are selling, you are not posting it for us to see. You are not posting it for us to see. There is no content. There is no content. You are not giving us content. He said content is king. Content is king. He said that, which is very important. He said content is king. It's very, very important. It's very, very important. So he's back and he's going to be answering our questions.
I'm very
Welcome back.
I'm very sorry,
Welcome back.
my network went off. I'm currently on a vacation, so the network has been going off and on.
Sorry about that. Sorry
No
about that.
problem.
All right. So someone, you can drop your questions again. So Chinedu Emmanuel was talking about delivery. Was talking
Okay,
about delivery.
within Lagos or nationwide?
Chinedu, if you are here, is it within Lagos or nationwide? That's how do you do your delivery?
Okay. So for we at Soft, okay, let me explain the both for within Lagos and outside Lagos, so that everyone can have an idea. So for we at Soft, for our within Lagos delivery, we have some riders that will make use of. We have been making use of. I think we have making use of them for like the past 2 years or so. So we have some personal riders. We really don't like to work with companies for within Lagos because of most of these companies used to charge so much. Like, what is the name of this logistics firm that is popular in Lagos?
GIG.
𝐿𝐻𝐻𝐷 or
Okay,
so.
go Kada.
So you might want to send something from probably from the mainland to the island, and you'll be seeing 2,500, 3,000 naira, 4,000 naira. Why? Because of the rider wants to make his own, and the company too also wants to make their own too. So we like to make use of those riders that have their own personal bike. The bike is for them, and they are working personally for themselves. So it is much more easier for you to build a relationship with someone that owns the bike for himself, like a one-on-one kind of relationship, whereby you can build a one-on-one relationship with him and let him know that, don't worry, I would be sending my parcel to you, blah blah blah, every day. And if you have a very good relationship with people like that, they'll be giving you a lot of discount on the long run. Like for we now at soft, within mainland it is usually like 1k, 1 2, and from mainland to island is at most 1,500, 1,800, 2,000 naira. Why? Because of the relationship that we have been able to establish with our riders, considering the fact that the bike belongs to them personally. And then for outside Lagos, we make use of speedaf logistics. I don't know if you guys have heard of speedaf logistics before. SPEEDAF, speedaf logistics. So we are making use of speedaf logistics on the norms for like the first 2 to 3 years, or let me say for like the first 4 years, say from like 2017 to early last year of me running my brand. Delivery and logistics has always been one of our issue, and it has chased away a lot of our customers, because when you want to send something through all these local bus drivers in the park, most of the local bus drivers are illiterate, and something they would not do parcels with care. They'll be shouting at your customer, blah blah blah. So it used to piss a lot of customers off. So after, we were making use of GIG logistics, but GIG logistics is very cost, to be precise. And one thing you want to ensure you provide for your customers is that you don't want the delivery fee to be too much. You don't want the
Yes.
delivery fee to be too much.
Because sometimes most people stop buying because of delivery fee. I want to buy a shirt
Yes,
3,500. They say delivery 2K.
I will not pay delivery fee of almost 2,500 or something
2,500.
again, which is almost the same amount of the shirt or whatever the person buys. So we stopped making use of GIG because of they were too cost, and then we now finally found speedaf logistics, and we're making use of them for about 8 months now, since the past, or let me say roughly 1 year, and never for once have they disappointed us. And they are very very affordable, in as much as you open an e-commerce account with them, not a normal kind of delivery something. So all you need is for you to just go to their IG page, or maybe I will send a representative from speedaf logistics to Mr. Jibril, so that he can share the phone number with anyone who wants to make use of them. So you
All right.
would send a message. So you will send a message to the representative that Mr. Jibril will send to you guys, and let the representative know that, okay, you are not doing a one-time off something with them, that you'll be shipping a lot of parcels through them every day, every week, something that you want them to open an e-commerce account for you, and that you want them to make use of e-commerce price list for you, whereby you can send like from somewhere to Abuja at the rate of 15, 12, 1,300, 18. Although depending on the weight of what you are also sending to them, and the most exciting feature about speed app is that you might not need to stress yourself down to their park or to their office or wherever, carrying parcels and the likes and the likes. They would come to your house to come and pick up the parcel wherever you are working from or wherever your office or your shop is. They would send one of their bikemen, because they have thousands of bike all over the nation. So they would assign one or two delivery or dispatch riders to you. Those ones will be coming to you every day, or whenever you want to pick up parcel, you reach out to them, they will send them to you. They would pick up the parcel on your behalf, take it to their office, analyze everything, and then after 24 hours, they will send you your way bill numbers for your customers, and they will send you the overall bill. Then you will send the money to them and they will ship it out for you. And another exciting feature of speed up logistics is that they are going to provide every one of your customers with the personal way bill details, whereby your customers can always go to their website, input their way bill details there to know the current location of their
Location.
parcel
All right.
and the likes. And I think speeder used to deliver outside Lagos within 2 to 3 days, mostly at most 4 working days. It will have gotten to any part of the nation that you want. Even though you want to send something to North, they are going to send it down there to you within 2 to 3 working days. So we have been making use of speed up and they have been doing fine. So that's it for the shipment.
All right. All right. So the
Yeah,
second
I
question, the
can
second question,
see. Okay.
did they get the spelling of the speed up? Since you send me the number, there's no problem. I can send it to them.
Yes, yes, yes. They got the
So,
spelling of the speed up very well.
right. All right. All
They
right.
got the spelling.
So someone was asking what type of content should they be posting? There are some people that flood their WhatsApp status with, I'll wake up, I'll see many, plenty clothes. And
Come
so
and
I
buy, come
said,
and buy. I've
come and buy.
I've not eaten
And
today.
I've not listened to them. They'll post a whole lot of waist bead with just clothes. And you were saying that content is king. You were saying content is
Yeah.
king. So someone asks, what type of content or what type of content should they be posting?
Okay. So we actually have different kind of content that you can be posting as a brand owner. We have content that you can be posting for brand awareness. You should be making some kind of content too for some sort of a direct response marketing. So let me analyze that to some extent now. So we actually live in a very dynamic world whereby everything is changing every day. Everything is changing. So far, as at the year 2017, 2018, you can wake up and post your product pictures on IG. Maybe you are selling wristwatch, for example. You can post it on IG and people will be sending you message. But now in the year 2021, if you like post your product pictures from now to tomorrow, it doesn't really used to entice people like before again, because humans are getting more smarter every day. Humans like to buy, but
Yes.
they actually don't like being sold to. Humans don't like when you're trying to sell to them. So immediately most of them see your put up picture, they would know that this person wants to shop my money, this person wants to collect my money every time, come and buy, waiting beyond safe and those kind of shit. So the kind of content that I think most small business owners should be posting in this modern age that we are is what I call infotainment kind of content, which means a kind of content that is entertaining and a kind of content that is informative at the same time, uh making it an infotainment kind of content, in the sense that social media has taken over everywhere now. Everyone wants to watch something. Everyone wants to watch something that is not going to make them fall asleep. Everyone wants to watch something that is very interesting now. So every small business owner out there should find a way of adding entertainment to whatever kind of content that they want to put out there. It could be maybe you making use of memes, all these funny memes. It could be you making use of funny short videos that matches along with what you are selling and the like, and you trying to find a way to attach the message or your brand message along to it. Another kind of content that they can be putting out there is probably the brand owner, or if the brand can have a representative, someone that they can make use of as the face of the brand. But for someone that is just setting out that probably said to hire anyone or something, you can make use of your face too as the brand owner, whereby you shoot some videos holding what you want to sell. Let us say you want to sell such wireless mic now. Rather rather than you going on somewhere on IG and just going to post this kind of pictures everywhere and asking everyone to just come and buy, you can decide to make a short 30 seconds reels video for the something whereby you show your face, you turn the camera to yourself and you come out and say, everyone, if you want to make use of this mic, we have this mic, it has so features, blah blah blah, this mic is so thousand naira. So it makes everyone out there to be able to connect with you much more faster, because they can see you, they can feel you, they can connect with you easily. And it also makes your audience out there to know that there is a real person, or there are actually real people behind this page or behind this particular brand selling to us, because humans like to buy from those that they've been able to connect with, or brands that they've been able to connect with to some extent. So you can always make use of your face as the face of the brand, whereby you are putting a lot of short videos out there. And then I think a lot of small business owners too should be putting more of reels videos out there now, because IG is currently competing with IG is currently competing with TikTok now. They want to change the platform into a kind of platform that is more of videos. Everyone now has now turned to a content creator on IG. You you as a small business owner should be able to pivot very fast and always try to move with the trend and always try to move with the wave. Because if you should sit down in one place and you say that you want to continue doing the old things that was working before that are no longer working, the world would move on and forget you. So business owners should begin to try to do more of reels, videos whereby you show your face, telling us the features of what you are selling, the benefits, posting infotainment kind of content,
Okay.
content that can be very entertaining and yet informative at the same time about your brand.
All
So
right.
I hope
Thank you
I've been
very
able to
much.
explain that.
Yes. Thank
You're
you very
welcome.
much. Thank you very much. Are there any more questions? Are there any more questions? Are there any more questions? Personally, I have a question. Let's say for people who are just starting, they don't have followers on Instagram. Is followers a barrier? Let's say I have just maybe 40 or 100 followers. What can I is it should I continue posting or should I focus on WhatsApp or what should I do?
What I would say to this is that there are actually two sides to this. To some extent, there are actually two sides to this. To some extent, it is actually true that the more followers a business can have on IG, and when I am saying followers here, I'm not talking of fake followers or all these robots or something. I'm talking of
Okay.
real followers who folk along with what the brand is trying to say. So it is actually true that the more followers a brand can have, the more sales that such brand will be able to make, because when you have much followers and you keep posting content, it would keep on converting a larger number of people to come and buy. But at the same time, one of the common mistake that I think a lot of newbies actually make is that they used to try to focus on quantity over quality. You will see some trying to buy fake followers because of they want to show that okay, I have 20 something K followers, I have 1,000 followers, and yet all the followers might be fake and everything is not even amounting to anything in the company's revenue at the end of the month. So for someone that is just setting out, in as much as you can begin to run adverts, like I've said, in as much as you can begin to run adverts to your product, to your brand, you are pushing yourself out there through adverts, you are showing yourself. It could be IG ads, it could be Facebook ads, it could even be WhatsApp TV ads sef. In as much as you are running adverts, um those who like your brand or those who need those particular items that you want to sell would be fucking along with you little by little. You'll be having followers little by little. Some of them will be coming to click on your following and the likes, and over a period of time, probably if you run ads consistently for 4 to 6 months, you would have been able to gather a lot of followers to some extent. You'll have been able to gather a lot of to some extent. So basically, I think that's that for that. So small business owners should try not to buy fake followers, because you are just shooting yourself in the leg. As long as you continually putting yourself out there and you are running ads, there is no way you will be running a very good ad, and many people out there are not going to follow you out there. Like for we now are soft that we are making sort of almost 50K to run ads by the at least to every day we used to have close to 100 to 150 to 200 followers every day. And it is one thing for you to be running ads and your potential customers following you. It is now another thing for you to be able to serve them. The first thing is, after they followed you, you need to continually them with content back to back, because it is some of this content that you are feeding them with that will be able to convert them into buyers and long-time customers. I can't hear you. I think your mic is not working. Oh. I can't hear you.
All right. Can you hear me
I
now?
can hear you now.
All right. I
Yeah,
said
yeah.
thank you very much. Thank you very. I'm also learning a whole lot. I'm also learning. So someone was asking, was it the ads you made that grew your audience? Someone said,
Yes,
is it
I
the
would
ads?
say. Okay, yes, I would say that it is both a combination of ads and
Ads
a
and
combination
content.
of content. So
Yes.
we run ads 247. See, if any small business owner out there wants to make a lot of money, they need to have a way to continually generate traffic 247, which means the ads back to back.
Back.
Then
Yes.
they need to have a very good product or services out there, and then they need to have a system in place that they will use to ship out or deliver the whatever they are selling to the audience. So for us, it has been a combination of both the advert and we
And the
putting out a
content.
lot of, because we run our advert 247. We
So,
run our advert 247. So there
all
is
right.
no way you will not be running advert and putting out the kind of content that your customers like and they want to see, that you will not be getting a lot of followers.
Content. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you.
You are
Thank you.
welcome.
So somebody was saying, okay, for the type of clothes you are selling, is it because of the price or is it because they are beautiful? Or what is it like? I see your page is very lovely, your clothes are very nice and stuff. I've seen your ads several times. And the price are also very cheap for those kind of clothes.
Yeah.
Instead of me to go and buy from somebody on my WhatsApp posting one normal round neck 20K, and you have three shirts for 10.5, or I've seen one of your ad, three shirts for 10.5. So like
Yeah.
people, like, what also can they also do so that they can, I think, something unique you think your own is making your own sell faster? Is there something they should also be doing?
Well, what I would say is making us to sell faster is that aside from our brand having a very good, can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, I can hear it clearly.
Okay, so what I would say is that aside from our brand having a very good back story out there, we also have a very good offer out there.
Yes.
So it is not just about you having probably just a very good brand story, this and that, but you
Your
must
offer.
also be, yeah, so you must also
Because I
be able to put out a very good offer
offer.
out there for
That's what I
your
want you
customer.
to highlight on, because to be honest, your offer is resistible. Very quality clothes, three for 10.5. I'm like, but these people, this shirt is that I'll see one for like 8K, 20K, somebody's status. So the offer is very resistible. Is there anything?
Yes.
Yes. Is there anything like anybody doing? Maybe they should make sure their offer is sweet. How can they do it? They show that they will not be losing.
Okay.
Somebody might say maybe it's the supplier that is, somebody will say it's dollar that is not making us reduce price.
Okay. Well, what I would say to this is actually that if someone wants to actually put out a very lovely offer there, it has to do with more of the psychological factors, by you considering a lot of psychological factors into it, from the way you set up your pricing and from the way you write your words and everything. So if someone should look at maybe offer of soft now, and we are saying that you can get 3 shirts at the rate of 10,500, and we are announcing that you can even get 5 at the rate of 17,000. You having 3 shirts at the rate of 10,500 will make each of the shirts to come at the rate of 3,500 naira each. If you are buying 5, it makes it come at the rate of 3 for each. Then if you are buying 10, to make it come at the rate of 3,300 naira each. So what we made use of, there is more of a psychological factor on them. When someone sees it and is saying, okay, if I'm buying 3 shirts for 10 and I can buy 10 of this same kind of shirts at the rate of 33,000, which is making it to come at the rate of 3,300 each. He might not want to buy the one of the 3 for 10,500 and want to go for the offer of the 10 for 33,000 because of it looks much more cheaper and something. Which, when such person sends us a message that he wants 10 shares, we would make more and sell out more faster. So aside from the psychological factor, again, I think another thing that most business owners need to also try to sit and do is to try to study their competitors very well in your niche. So in every niche we have what we call the 𝐒𝐥𝐥𝐢𝐧𝐑 set, which means that if you are talking about this particular niche, there would be some top 5 sets of businesses or brand in that of niche that would first pop up in the heads of many people. Let's say you want to buy something like a television set. Now, what would first be coming to your mind or the mind of anyone here is that I can get LG, I can get Samsung, I can get Sony, something. So the main thing is for most small business owners out there to be able to sit down and try to study their competitors very well and try to see what the top 5 major competitors in your niche are doing. Then you can now make use of your research or your analysis that you have done on your competitors to come up with your own unique offer that would make you to stand out and would make you to have the lion's share of the market.
All right.
Yes.
So last question. We are spending much time. We are taking so much of his time. So Florence was saying something. For you to get results on ads, what is the least amount advisable to use for you to start getting results? I don't think there is any least amount. Let's hear from you.
Okay. If you want to begin to get results on ads, the least amount I would say, at least for someone that is just setting out and doesn't have too much money to pump in into ads, the least amount I would say is at least spend $5 per day. The least, and I think the $5 with the current exchange rate should maybe be at the rate of 3,000 naira, a bit upwards. So let me make use of naira here. So the least that anyone should be spending on ads should be 3,000 naira per day on ads, because the way IG works, or the way most of these social media platforms work, is that the more money you can spend with them, the more money you can pump in into them, the more they will showcase whatever ads that you are trying to show. So the least should be 3,000 naira per day. I used to receive some kind of messages from a lot of small business owners. They would be like, I've been trying to run ads, I'm not making it. And I would be like, how much are you making use of on your ads? And you will hear some of them saying they are making use of 1,000 naira per day, very on general part, and I would be like, you making use of a little amount will not make IG to push your ads out very well. And okay, I think I should explain a trick that I used to make use of at times on IG for our ads. So at times, whenever I set up a new ads for our brand, like for the first few days, maybe like for the first 72 hours or for the first 3 to 4 days, I I would set up the ads in such a way that the ads should make use of a lot of money. Like maybe my initial plan is for me to make use of 5K per day on that particular ad, and for the first 4 days I can first set it up that okay, I want to use 10,000 naira per day. So by the time the advert begins to run, it will be running very fast at a very massive
Great.
rate by the time the advert begins to run. And then after like 4 days, when you see that the advert has been able to gain a lot of traction to some extent, then you can now go back to edit the ads to maybe your normal something that you want it to run with, maybe
Yeah.
like 5,000 naira per day from the high rate. You will now bring
Reduce
it
it.
to the low rate and let the ads to continue to roll. So it would make the ads to continue to run on almost the same frequency of as when you were making use of a high
Yeah,
to
amount.
run the ad. So it is something I've made use over and over and over, and always work. I'll begin with a high amount, and then after a few days I would bring it down to the
Yeah.
normal, and the ads would continue on that frequency over a period of time. So it is just a way of tricking the algorithm, or the artificial intelligence something.
All right. Thank you very much. I think we should come to an end here. You have answered a whole lot of questions and shed more light to us. So before we end, I just want you to drop one statement or a few words for us. Okay, someone starting business, what can we do? Just something few or a short advice or a few statements you can drop for us before we call it a night.
Okay. The advice I think that I'll give to anyone that is just setting out on beginning their own business is that the main thing is for you to be consistent and really dedicated to what you are doing, or to the brand that you are trying to build. Because what you actually focus on over a long period of time would begin to compound. It would begin to compound. And then another thing I would say is that a lot of small business owners out there like to compare themselves with someone that has been doing something for maybe 3, 4, 5 years, and the person is able to accumulate a lot of results. And for someone like you who is just in the first, probably between the first 1 to 6 months, and you are comparing yourself with someone that has been able to do something over and over, and has been able to compound it to something huge, it used to leave a lot of people in what we call the value of disappointment. So what I would tell a lot of small business owners out is that everyone should try to focus on their journey, and everyone should try to focus on their process too, as everything is definitely going to compound little by little. Everything is definitely not going to happen in one single day. You would have your highs and you would
Lose.
have your lows. Every day cannot be Xmas for you, but as long as you keep being consistent, and as long as you keep pushing, and as long as you keep asking yourself this big question: what next? How can I improve what I'm doing? What next? How can I improve? What next? What next? It would keep on opening your mind to a lot of possibilities on um some other things that you can do to make what you are doing make sense. So um no rushing at all. Everyone should just try to follow their process and their journey, and at the end of the day, everything would definitely make sense by the grace of God.
Yeah. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So you can follow
You are highly
Ogasoft
welcome.
on Instagram and Twitter so that you can learn from him. He drops a whole lot of content over there.
Yeah,
He drops a whole lot of content over there. You can follow him. I'll drop his handle on the WhatsApp platform. Ogasoft, you can follow his business page and his personal page also. He drops a whole lot of valuable content and see how he's also doing it. You can copy what he's doing. Just as he said, study people at the top and look at how you can also modify your own and also create something unique out of it. So look at his page. If you go to his page, there is no way you will not see it. It's very beautiful, the colors and everything. So look at it, learn from it, get inspiration, and also try and modify your own, try and create something unique out of it. So thank you very much for having us today. Thank you very much for having us today. So, somebody
you
was
are welcome.
can someone just starting a
You're
particular
welcome.
business with no previous work start running ads? We are already done. You are just asking your question. Will you can you answer this before we leave? Someone is saying something. Can
I'm not hearing
someone
you clearly.
someone just asked a question when we were about to do. He said, can someone just starting a particular business with no previous work or years of experience start running ads? Like I'm starting tomorrow, can I start running ads immediately?
Yes, now, yes, it
Yes.
is not something. Yeah, it is not something that is so hard and so
And yes.
complicated like that. As long as the person can dedicate some few hours, or as long as the person can dedicate time to learn about it very well first. Maybe you learning from YouTube, or probably you trying to get a course, or looking for someone who can explain it very well,
Yeah, I'm
teach you
even bringing
very
someone
well.
to teach
Fine,
them,
you are
so that wouldn't be a
free to
problem.
start.
Yes. All right.
Okay, so
All right.
such person is free to start, and along the line, the person will be learning everything he needs to learn on the journey.
All right. All right. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much. Thank you very much. And please don't forget to go and follow him and
You are
enjoy.
welcome.
Continue learning from him. I'll also share your number with them so that they can message you. They can enjoy your status. They can be motivated. All right. So thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Okay,
We
okay,
can.
all right, all right.
Yes.
Thank
All
you
right.
very much. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you very much for having me. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
First Million community.